Level up.
Beat it up like. Beat it up like.
Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own
Hey
boss.
everyone,
Love
and
yourself.
welcome. Let me stop that. So excited to have you all here with me today. It's a Wednesday. You chose to spend your evening with me. So we're going to jump into it and talk about some website creations, right? The most amazing thing that I love about website creation is that we're going to take our business and make it our own. Oh, I got to mute someone. You got your mic open. There we go. All right, excellent. As you know, this is being recorded, so that's why I have you muted. But during the presentation, feel free if you have a question or if we're engaging in conversation, you don't just have to do it in the chat. You can actually unmute yourself. I answer questions as we go along. Speaking of the chat, hey guys, why don't you go ahead in there and put the team that you're on? Let's shout out some teams right now before we jump on in it. I see a few people in the room with me, so welcome everyone. So what team are you on, guys? Twilight. Hi, Team Twilight. Team Skyline. All right. Team Twilight. That's right. Hey, Team Sky. Team Twilight. I see some Twilights up in here. Twilight, y'all stay up all night, right? Team Sky, Team Twilight. That's right, Jamoda. 9 from Gold Precious. I love her name. And she is Team Stellar. All right, Team Stellar. By the way of Team Sky, right? Team Sunset. You guys rock tonight. I had a dead crowd one day and no one was talking. I love talkers. So again, feel free to unmute yourself if you need to. This is definitely a sharers group. I love questions. So I definitely want to make sure we are going on with those questions. So let me get this together for you guys here. All right. And I'm going to go into, that's right. And I'm going to pop this over here for you guys. Boop, boop. All right. So I did this presentation before, but everyone can still use a lesson on building websites. And since I've done that lesson, we've added so many new agents who are excited about the prospect of creating their own site, right? The Evolution site that we're given is great. It allows people to be able to book some things automatically, get some ideas. But the point of having your own website is to share your niche, right? To be able to show what you're a specialist in, to be able to share more than what we can with the Evolution site by branding your own business. I think that's so important. So let's get into it. What are we going to do about that? Why is branding so important? Well, your offer is what the customer sees first. So what you want them to be able to see is what you're going to display. And in that case, let's get that muted. Boy, I just got so much going on, don't I? Got a cat at the door yelling at me. It's a lot. So when you are branding yourself and you're showing that customer what you want them to see, you can change your offers out as often as you want to. And it drives your brand. It gives them a second look. They might have seen you on social media, but now they can see a full platform of the things that you had to offer and why you're the specialist. The information you give them makes them shop with you. So we found that we can give out vouchers, right? We can sign them up for newsletters and we can give them that second look. Maybe they weren't thinking about solo trips or business trips. They might have connected to you for just a family vacation. And now your website is showing them so much more. And how you respond can make a client for life. So that first engagement, getting them to sign up for the newsletter, them seeing your brand, them seeing your website in action, that actually can get that client to be like, I'm never going to a different agency, or I'm never booking for myself again. I'm always going to use this brand because it was amazing. This person really took that to the next level for me. So being able to do that is paramount in our business, because how you get a client is how you keep them. That's what they say about husbands and wives, right? How you got them is how you keep them. So look and see what else we have. when your website is first launched, you want to give that first impression. Most people may not even stay for 30 seconds, right? They will see your site and say to themselves, this is for me, this isn't for me. So how you get that first impression to that customer is huge. All right. So the general rule for a website in any apps that you use, you have 30 seconds to show me what you got. So you want to put your key information, what you are driving people for, right up front. You want them to be wowed by it. You can do this by creating landing pages that enters into your site, and I'll show you how that looks with my own. You can show that with current promotions. If we know we have those buy one, get second person cruising or 50% off cruising, that might be what you want to display on top. By having your own site, you can move around these things as you need to. So that is another thing that's important about having your own site, is remembering to do your maintenance. Don't just create a site and say, this is the best site, it's going to last this way forever. You want your site to be a living, breathing thing that people can actually engage with, right? You can't hear anything. Melissa, try your sounds. The only reason why I know people can hear me is because they were able to put their team names in there. So I know the sound is working. All right. So list of services. Oh, I guess if you can't hear, let's try that. Oh, okay. You're all good now. Oh, great. All right. So a list of services like ticket sales, tours, white glove services that you may offer. What makes your business unique? What makes you unique as an agent and as an agency? All right. And a little bit about you. Share something interesting. And like I said, and what makes you different. Share your personal story or why you became a travel agent. Tell the story of why your customers are so happy or your future customers will be happy. So those are some things you want to think about when you're creating that website. Before you just dive deep into creating a site, you should have a list of things that's going to make sense going on your site. So here is some things that can make your site your own and make you love it and make your customers love it, right? A great landing page. I talked about that, and I'm going to show it to you in action. What you specialize in. What is your niche? Are you in it for family vacations? Are you in it for those Holy Land tours? Do you love the tropical destinations? Do you love quick trips? Are you a person who wants people to be able to do those road trips? Whatever it is that you want to specialize in. I have an agent that specializes in sports travel, right? You want that to kind of be the forefront, the leading to your site. That doesn't mean that you can't book other sites. Other types of vacations, and you can display that. But you don't want to look like a mom and pop shop where, you know, every shelf has something different. There's no specialty here. You have magazines in one corner. You're selling candy over here. You got furniture in the back, right? You have a couple of cars out back for sale. You want it to be, I am a travel agent. I specialize in this form of travel. We also offer these additional add-on types of services for you, but this is my niche. This is what I am passionate about. And this is why my clients come to me. So that is what it is. So that is giving them the general services and the breakdown, but also you can include those other things in there without leaving them out, because I don't like to leave money on the table, and neither should you. All right. And the about you section, it should be about you sharing your story. The customer wants to feel like it's all about transparency in our brands, right? So they want to see who is behind the curtain, who is the leader here, who am I working with? Or is this person trustworthy? How do I know? What do we get the biggest of? How do I know this isn't a scam? Because we sell travel. That's how you know. So you want to be able to give that person kind of a peek at your personal life without being too personal. Maybe show some vacations you've gone on, some trips you're planning, some of your clients who've had fun with you. And like I said, share your story. So those are just some kind of easy content things that when you're coming up with your site, you should have either OneNote or just a Microsoft page or an Excel spreadsheet where you are saying, this is the page, this is what I want on the page. This is the kind of content. I want these kind of photos. I want people to get this out. What are they going to get out of that page? That's the most important part. Sometimes we put too much content. So then break it down, break it up. and make it flow, make it make sense for that client who's on that particular page on your site, because you don't know where they're going to go, you know. So you want everything to kind of make sense. So we are going to talk about the different sites. And one of the sites I'm going to show you today is going to be the Google Sites, right? Google Sites are also powered by Google My Business. So when you create a site, you can automatically get that business on there as long as you don't have any trademark information from other vendors. So you have to be careful about what you're putting on that site. When you first started, we had a lot of people who were putting, hey, I can sell Disney. Well, Disney is a trademark. Google recognized that immediately. And for some reason, their photos and some of their wording wasn't showing on their site. So when you build a site with Google, you have to remember it is Google. They do keyword and search your site. And so you don't want any information left out or pictures not showing because you use someone else's trademark. Google, Disney does allow us to use some of their verbiage and their photos only from their Facebook page. So when you want to go get that information, make sure you're linking it correctly so that it is forwarding back, so that clients know that you are able to work with Disney. However, this is their site as well, right? So anything free in your life, we talked about doing free sites, it's worth trying, right? Using the templates is just a little rough. They have just some basic templates that we're going to see. The spacing, the information, the images, the videos can all be viewed by the masters of everything online. So like I said, when you're putting those things up, think about those trademarks. I did go and get trademark permission from Disney. So maybe you should too, right? When putting things on your site, they do allow us to do that. You just have to get trademark permission. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like. I'm going to stop my video so we can get up the Google pages. All right. So in Google, their template gallery is very lacking. However, for a first-time designer, you can actually utilize this and make a wonderful site for your customers to be able to get information, see videos and photos, and connect with you. So let's go with the dog walker one. The dog walker one, as you can see, is very plain. Actually, I don't know if I want to go with the dog walker one. Let's go back. Boo, boo to that, boo. All right, so let's see here. I do like the wedding one. I've played around with the wedding one before. So the wedding one, as you can see, has just some basic photos telling their story, kind of cutesy. And you can transform this into your travel agent site quite simple. You want to change the name that's at the top to your agency. You want to change the links here to what you're actually going to name them to. And to do that, you simply go to pages, and all the pages are listed here. And you can simply go into one page and go into properties, and the properties will set you to go ahead and rename that. So we're going to name that one Vacation Deals. All right. Now, the easiest thing that you can do is change out photos when you are changing out some of the features here. So if you wanted to replace this item with something that you have someplace else, it'll bring up your list. And if you want to have this, as I said, it's just kind of like a blanketed vacation where you're talking about different vacations. One of the things that you can do is download some of your vendors so that you already have them ready to go. And if it's something that you want to put up there, you can put it up there simply, right? And so I'm just going to put this up there. I don't even know what it is. Oh, look, because Google can't replace firsthand experience. Thank you so much, Vacation Express. And you can definitely change out the content to flow to what you want it to do. If you don't want these to be here, all you have to do is click on them and delete them to change it. Let's say if you wanted this to be another paragraph. The easier way for me to do paragraphs, honestly, instead of keep going over to my toolbar to add them, if there's already a paragraph in here, I can just come over here and I can, where is it at? So no, it's a clone button for this as well. Oh, there it is, duplicate section. So I can just duplicate this section, and when I want to move it down, I can grab the whole section with the little, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some little bars here, and I can just grab it and move it where I want it to go to create a whole new section. With inserts, you can put embed codes, images, text box. You can create blocks if you know you wanted to add 4 photos. You can also do groups. You can add a table of contents, buttons, dividers, spacers, social link, placeholders, YouTube videos. You can even put your calendar up so that people can connect with you. Lisa, we'll have to talk about that, because with the Google sites that I have, I don't pay anything for them. And I do have to purchase my domain name, and then I can connect it to the site that I created. If you have slides, sheets, or forms that you want to add, you can add that in as well. And if you build your contact form through Google's, it's easier to just come to forms and be able to connect it to your site. So let's go back to the first page here, your story. So obviously, my suggestion is going to be to come up to the header to add your logo. But when you add your logo, they do it so small that sometimes it's not worth it. So let's look. I should have a logo I can throw in here. I mean, of course I do, right? See how small they made that? That's the only reason why sometimes I might take the extra space and do it. Now, before they used to let you spread out the header there. Let's see if they still let us do that. Brand images, domain names, announcement banner. Oh, you can do an announcement banner. That's not bad. All right. I don't know why I made it green. And it'll be visible on all pages. Okay, cool. So let's see what that's going to look like when they add that in here for us. I kind of don't like it. I wish it was underneath this instead of on top of it. So let's see if they have little grabbies. Nope. And I can't put it up. So as you can see, with the Google site, you will be limited. However, you are able to do what you want with it and adding things. You just have to make sure you're using the insert when you're doing that. We do have a lot of vendors that have links that we can use. So when you go to pages, if you want it to be a link instead, you can add it as a link by going into, I believe it's sub. Nope. That is not going to let us do that. Custom path. That's where you can put it in. So then you'll be able to put the URL here and hit done. And now this link will be on the page for some of the vendors that we add in for different vendors. And as you can see, it did it as a drop down to that We're Married page. And people can go to that page there. If you go back to You're Married, boom, go back to the title. I just don't have anything on this page yet. You can select different themes, but their themes are very simplistic. So that's why I usually try to start with a theme that I kind of like. And if I just need to change the coloring, change the word type set, add any paragraphs or add anything else in, then I'm able to and capable to do that. With anything that's free, it is going to be as basic as possible. Yes. It is best if you're using Google, you can start with a blank canvas as well. And then that way you can kind of set the tone for it. It just makes it a little, I went back too far. It just makes it a little easier for people who are not used to making websites, because then they think about it, there's nothing here. So you have to come up with everything. So if you're going to do it the basic way by not using a template, my suggestion is to come over here and create all of your pages first, so that you kind of are setting the tone for what you want on your site. Since this is your header, you can change the image, or you can go to insert and add an image. Let's go back and get that SLM bookings. And I'm going to put it up here. So now see how I was able to get my image up here bigger for my logo. Instead of clicking on add logo here, we know they're going to make it very small. The only problem with this is you'll have to do that for every page you want your logo on. You'll have to put it up here manually, which is a better deal than, like I said, doing it up here, because look at how small it's going to be. And that's nice. It'll automatically be on the site, but it's so small, kind of out of the way. That's not really branding the site pretty well. Whereas I would rather put my photo on each banner and have that set the tone for the site itself. And like I said, when you're creating the pages, you just simply go to add the page, new page name, and we're going to name this one. I like to say vacations. I don't know why, because we're travel agents. I think that's our go-to, right? And anything else that you want to have on here. So once you have the basics of what you want on here as the pages, then you can move on to start designing, adding your content, and making it work for you. This is the most basic of basic sites that you can use. It is free to have the site. They do host it for you. If you paid Lisa, was it Lisa who said that? I would try to make sure that that was Google who you signed up with and not an outside company that's selling Google sites, because Google sites do not cost you any money. As long as you have a Gmail account, you can have a Google site. All right, what questions do we have about designing with Google sites themselves? Because I'm ready to get on with the big guns.
When using Google sites, how would you put your domain name on there?
So once you have finished getting your site together and you're ready to publish it, when you go to publish, they're going to say, hey, what is your web address? So you're going to type in the web address that you purchased. If you go to custom domain, you'll be able to type it in. So you want to be able to say anyone can see it, and then they publish it. They will route your name to this site. So I can go to custom domains and it says start. And I'm going to say, hey, I purchased my domain from Google. Select the domain from Google Domains. Where is it? Oh, next, Deutsch. And so it's going to show me the domains I have available, and then I can just assign it to this site, and it's done.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's why I said, when I say they make it very easy, they really do. And you saw that they didn't ask me for any money. At no point did they ask me to put in a credit card information. If I was ready to launch this site and I connected one of my domains that I purchased on here, it would have been done and done. That simple. It's that simple, but we're going to cancel because I don't want to publish this. I mean, what is this? This is nothing. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are ready. You can still come back in, obviously, and do any changes. I recommend, as I stated, think about doing at least monthly updates, because our travel plans, our discounts, our services, they all change monthly. And so you don't want to have old content in here and someone's like, well, I want to get that trip for $549 and that trip is now $12.99, right? So you want to make sure you're always updating anything that you put on the site, make it fresh, make it exciting for your customers. And if you do a mailing list, as I stated, you can add in Google Forms for people to sign up for it. Or if you're using an outside provider, you can put with the buttons, you can add a name and a link for if you're doing outside. This is this site, but you'll be able to do it if it was a outside of the site, to link that button and have people be able to click on it to go to where they can sign up for your newsletter or print information. And remember, with BranchUp, we can have people sign up to a newsletter, and you can actually have BranchUp run the newsletter for you. So it's a lot of different ways that you can do this and still stay at low cost to no cost, right? And that's what I like. I like no cost to low cost. So let's look at the next company here. Now, I'm not going to pull up Ionos. I'm in an argument with Ionos right now. I am going to tell you about Ionos. that they are a website builder that is easy. Their price is almost free. You can grab a template, change it, and launch. It's that simple, right? The problem with Ionos is they don't let you move around a lot of what they already have built. They want you to just build within what they've already created. So it's almost like they're handing you a notebook that's already filled out, and they just want you to erase the details and put your own details, but you cannot mess with the integrity. Now, the wavy lines, you can change the wavy lines to be straight lines. You can change them to be abstract art look, right? But where these things are placed at is where they are placed at. So that's something that you have to consider if you decide that you want to build using Ionos. Ionos also allows you to change colors, add pages and images, and give ways to contact you. But if you wanted to add buttons and other pages, sometimes they misalign. And that's the problem I have with Ionos. They misalign, and when you try to get with their customer service to get things fixed, they want to charge you to help you fix it. So you have to bear, it is $12 a year for your first year. And I think it only goes up to maybe $20 or $25 for your second year for the hosting fee. And so as far as starting a service and you want to have better templates that they have in Google, Ionos is definitely a great way for you to get a very low cost site. Just know that you are going to be limited in what you can do with Ionos. So that's why I decided I would rather spend time showing you guys other sites where we can do a broader view than to show you Ionos. No disrespect to them and anybody who uses them. Patent pending. But what I do want to show you is GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is going to be a little bit more of a cost for you. And we'll go over we'll view the plans because I don't have a plan on this site. I started this one with the class we did last time, just to kind of show its versatility. And so I like that they show you right up what you started to create, how it looks on a website, and how it will look if the person is on their phone. Let's go to edit the site. So now with them, as you can see, they have the website, they have theme, they have settings at the top here. They show that I have home, book a tour, contact, and gallery. I can simply add more pages by clicking the plus here to add another page or a new link or a drop down to one of the other pages I already have. So we talked about those linked pages, right? So the link title I'm going to say is going to be Disney, and I'm going to show you why in a second. And the link I'm going to get from my own site, which I will show you guys my site as well. And my Disney Adventure page, there's my link. Let's go back to it. So then I'm going to put the URL here, showing navigation bar, absolutely, right? And create link. Now, if we come up and we look, I now have a Disney link here. And so if I go to the home page, which, this is the home page, haha, I can click on Disney and it will open up the Disney site for my clients to be able to see my information. And I have a lot of links, and you should too, because we have a lot of affiliates that do provide affiliate links for us, where your customers can either go to get additional information, plan their trip, or even do some light booking. Now, I don't know why this is taking so long to launch. There it is. Okay. And so with your branded page for your affiliate page, people can either select their destination, click on any of the clickable buttons here, watch the videos right on the page. And what I love is I'm branded at the top of the page, and I'm also branded at the bottom of the page, right? So then people can go right back to my website. It does open up another window, but at least that allows them to be able to do that. All right, let's close those Disney pages, maybe because I had two open. Now for this one, I have them all hidden right now. So if I wanted to open them back up, I would just click show in navigation bar, and notice how my navigation bar is now building. Because if you're not ready to show a site, you can always start building a site and then decide, hey, I'm going to come back and finish that later, but I want to get this site up and running with the basic information. So now we can see that my bar has grown. I now have a home page, a book tour page, a contact page, the gallery page, and my link to Disney. And I can add as many affiliate links as I like. You can see here, we added this the last time. You can add a scrolling bar for different photos. I usually use these not to just display photos of vacations, but to show offers. Booking a tour, you can set this up kind of like a blog where you're giving information on different services, on upcoming events, or different deals, right? We're about those deals and promotions, news that you may have, and real-time testimonials. Or you can break these up into separate pages. You don't have to have them just here. If you want to view and see where your site is looking at while you're in the midst of building it, the preview button here will allow the site to temporarily have kind of like a live feel. So then we can go home and see how this site looks in real time. And notice that it's so beautiful. I love it. Find out more. We'll take them to this page. Contact us. We'll have a contact form that you can create yourself. You don't have to obviously just use what's here. If you want to add more tabs for them to be able to fill out more information, always have something that they can sign up for. A promotion, an email list, something. You want to be able to grab that customer's information so that you can always reach out to them a different time. You do not have to put your address in your hours. Putting your hours does help customers, especially if you're part-time, so that they know the best times to reach out to you, and they know when you're going to most likely respond back to them. And then it always has a bar at the bottom as well, so that the person doesn't have to scroll all the way back up. A lot of the times they can just kind of hit information there. So let's go back to editing the site. It says next steps. That would mean if I'm ready to launch, it's going to tell me these are the next steps I need to do to get this site live. So let's view some of their plans. So they do have a plan for $10 a month. This is their basic. You can connect a custom domain. You can sell in person. So if you wanted people to purchase, let's say you make some merch for your business, or if you have a agency fee to work with you, you can actually have that in there for online payment links. They help you with your Google SEO with this plan. And I was reading that. What happened? See what happens when you do too much too fast. This is if you pay for the year instead of monthly. There we go. And you can send out 100 emails a month through the email marketing tools they have built right here in the site for you. So anytime you're thinking about paying a monthly fee for a service, you wanted to have the marketing emails, maybe a chat feature, right? And ways for you to get that Google SEO. These are some of the important things that you should have when you're paying for a monthly service or a yearly service. I'm going to have my Google page, my YouTube page up, so you'll be able to do that. And then for more types of different services, as you can see, they also have the premium, the commerce, and the commerce plus. But for us travel agents, the $10 a month, or if you decide to pay for the year, the yearly fee should be what you're going for. We don't need much more than this to get started. And as your site builds up and you're finding that you need more, you want to be able to create Facebook, Instagram, and Google ads right from your site. You need more marketing through your site. You want to be able to have people book those online appointments, things of that nature. Then you can change it. But I never suggest going to one of these plans until your business needs those type of things. So who has here we go, $16.99 a month. Look at that. I lied to you guys already. That's if you pay monthly, and it's $9.99 if you pay for the year. What questions do we have? Yeah, you overpaid, Kristen. We're going to talk. We'll talk. Because when you're first starting off, you should not be paying a lot of money for your site unless somebody is totally building it for you. You should not be paying a lot for a basic website. Anybody have any questions about Google? GoDaddy and how they can build their site on here? Do you guys feel comfortable adding pages, maybe adding a blog to your site, different aspects like that? I came totally out of it. Where is it? Projects, maybe. No projects. Oh, they're in me. That's why. Yeah, I came out because I'm a GoDaddy Pro. So it's actually trying to get me to log into my sites. Oh no. So I won't be able to show that. What you mentioned to include as many links as possible. Yes. So we have affiliate links. You have links that you can get from Disney, from what is their name? Golden Tickets gives you a link, an affiliate link for people to buy to concert and show tickets and sporting tickets. You also have Viator for tours and for excursions. Once you've been here for 6 months, you can sign up for sandals and beaches and they give you affiliate links. If you have signed up for Virgin Voyages, they give us an affiliate link, and I'll show you how that works on my own site once I show my site as well. Because I think you guys would like that one. And I have a lot of stuff on my site. My site is almost junky to the point where I just started doing some more updates to it. So, yep. So we went over GoDaddy. And my favorite, this is where I built all my sites on. Between GoDaddy, I do build on GoDaddy, but Wix is my favorite. And some people say they have a hard time with Wix. And this is why I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop INOs tonight because I wanted to kind of spend some time and show you the different ways that you can build amazing templates and start from scratch options with Wix. So you can do some grab and go technology. You can start off with free, but they will have their branding on your site when you do free. All right. Look at you, Precious. She got all of this stuff up there. Absolutely. Love it. So then you have, but when you want to remove their branding and when you want to get more out of the site itself, then you definitely want to pay for one of their plans. Okay. You can set up newsletters, blogs, shops. You can create courses. You can do just about anything you can imagine. This is going to save you time and resources from using multiple different sites and what we do to being able to have it all housed in one. When clients come and visit my site, they have access to be able to sign up for my newsletter, get a free promotional item, learn more about maybe a vacation they want, visit my affiliate sites, and the back end of my site. I can divide these people up by why they came here so that when I'm sending out newsletters or sending out information, I'm making sure to send it to what that person is interested in, right? And so all of this is just in one thing. And this is just a drop of the hat of what you can do. So let's take a closer look at Wix. And I hope you guys have been taking notes because like I said, this is going to blow your mind. So as you can see, I have built hundreds of websites for different clients around the world, all using my Wix site. I have 2 accounts with Wix. I have a partner dashboard because I build so much sites that sometimes they send people my way to build more sites. And because they trust me, so they trust me with their clients. All right. And I even have different tabs for different organizations as well. And that comes in handy for if you're trying to separate brand. All right. So you can go to create a new site once you have created your free account. And they're going to actually give you options to creating that site. So you can either do it with Wix or you can do it with Editor X. This is just another Wix brand that does quick sites, a little bit more technical. So for those of us who are just getting started, I suggest you stick with Wix brand. And I was about to say 10 years from now, it's going to tell us. So you can look up different templates, or that's how many templates they have, right? They didn't just show us their templates. They're like, well, what kind of website are you building? So our go-to is going to be travel agent. But if you don't want your site to look like other travel agents, think of other niches, other brands, other types of services that are very close to ours. Consultants are very close to ours. Wedding planners are very close to ours. Photographers, because they show amazing pictures and videos, right? So you don't have to go with travel agency, but for the sake of today, I am going to just select travel agency and I'm going to click next. And it's going to ask me the name of my business. And I'm going to say, that's my business. It's not their business. So they're going to say, well, we can kind of get you started with a certain look. What is it that you want to add to your website? So I definitely want a chat feature. I'm going to tell you right now, don't add the bookings. That's going to cost you more for people to be able to book. It is an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool. But how often is your client really going to use your booking link? You're going to set up an appointment with them through email or text message anyway. All right. Go ahead and get those forms. If you want to start with a blog, you can definitely start with a blog, but they have extras. You can add an Instagram feed, an online store. Like I said, if you're selling merch or other services, if you know that you have events that you're going to be connecting with a vendor with, you can even add events, portfolios, pricing plans, videos, music, online programs, forums, groups, file share capabilities. If you were running a restaurant, table reservations and menus, and those orders for people who are want to use their site for people to be able to place orders, they receive the order and they do deliveries. All right. And then if you're a band or musician or anything like that, they even have a great app called Bands in Town where you can keep up everything. Yep, you have Calendly set for your calendar clients. I do too, and I'm going to show you that in real time as well when I do show my site. So they say you can, again, they're like, hey, that Editor X is available, or you can do the website generator. The website generator, I was actually at the launch party for this. The website generator, you give them certain information and they automatically build a basics for your site. It is a very smart way to do for people who are very afraid to make their own site. A lot of those sites are just forever kind of scrolling sites. They don't have a lot of pages. What they have is anchors on the site that when the person clicks that link, it takes them to the anchor on that same page, right? What I like to do, I like to see all of the different templates they have. So I would rather start now there, and they'll show me in my niche what is a good look for me, right? So they're not just going to show me travel agent sites. They're going to show me other sites that might be a good fit if I change it up smartly. Like I said, the website generator is not a bad idea. I love that too. And I can, if we have time, I'll probably show that one as well. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and clicked it. And so they're going to show me all of the templates they have available that seem like a really good fit for my brand, for my niche, right? This is ironically the one that I used. My site looks so much different than this now, but this is the one that I used. I saw it. I thought it was beautiful. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But for the sake of this, we're going to go to a different site. I like the look of the travel photographer, or if anyone wants to see one in particular, shout it out. Let's go. Say something in the chat. Which one would you like to see? I've used this one too, guys. Anybody have a preference? Mountain. You want that mountain you saw back there? You want this one, vacation rental company, or was it this one here? Brittany, we waiting on you. As you said mountain, so I'm going for mountain. Oh, was it that one?
Yes, that one.
This one here?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got 12 kids, it sounds like.
No problem. All right.
Cool.
So the first thing I always do when I'm thinking about what template I want to use, I'm going to view it first. I want to see how they have it working, what they've done to this site, And then I'm thinking about how my information is going to make the difference in here, right? And so as you can see, it's not a lot to the site. They even have book online, which I told us we're not going to use. So we're going to remove that. But they made it very easy for me to kind of like, I like it. So then when you like it and you're ready, go to edit this site. When you click on edit this site, it's going to open it up in the edit mode. When the edit mode comes up, this is where a lot of people feel overwhelmed, but I'm going to be here to tell you, you can do it. All right. So they have elements. By opening the plus button, you can add text, images, buttons, strips, and the strips can be smart strips that already have some information in here, and you just edit it and make it your own. Okay. They have decorative items. If you need lines, if you want some featured things, animals and nature, logos and badges, characters, and more. The box feature is if you need a box, right? So let's say I have a beautiful picture and I'm trying to put words on top of it. It's not really coming out. You can use a box to bring those words out because your words can go on top of the box. And I usually fade them out. They show different gallery types that you can use to add to photos to your site. Those menus and anchors I was talking about, an anchor, again, is when you want it pointing to someplace on your site. So we can get into that a different time. That's like the pro Wix service. Videos and music, interactive features. I'm falling in love with their new stuff for interactive. They definitely have changed up their game when it came to interactive things. So it's like if you you saw how I hovered over it and it changed. That's what they mean by things that are kind of interactive. So as I'm doing stuff, see things are moving. And these are simple things you can add to your site to make it dynamic. You can even do boxes that have tabs in them now. So that if you want to have people be able to scroll through different information on your site, but you don't want to add everything to your menu, you can smartly use the tabs to do that. And I will show you that live as well. Lists are kind of like your repeaters. If you have information and you want it to repeat the same look and you're just putting information in there differently, they have a lot of different repeater ways in here. Embed codes. Yes, we got them. Social media, even embed your social media right onto the site. You can take payments, your content manager, you can add a lot of different things and then use your content manager to do that. Like I said, your blog, your store, your bookings, your events, your community, and more. And this is just in Elements, right? You can add sections by clicking on the section, and notice it highlighted this area. I can choose a section by something they've already pre-designed. Or I can choose a section by blank, and I can put in what I want to. Now I can still come here and remove anything I want to remove. Nothing is set in stone. That's what I like Wix, because it is what I want it to be. It is not set in stone and I can't navigate or move things around. This is a forever changing beast for you. You can come to your pages, and if you want to add another page, you can add a page. They even give you ideas for a look for your page. So these are just for like if you're doing an About Us page, here are some different options. Services, here are some options. Projects. And you don't worry about the photos because you're going to change the photos out, right? And contact, general, or if you wanted to create a dynamic landing page, which I said you guys should do, right? You should always have something where people can connect with you before even coming into your site because they may not stay long. So I'm going to add a landing page. What I'm going to do with that landing page, I'm just going to name it landing page. I don't really care. Yeah. And we're just going to call it my business. That's fine. And I'm going to go to the options of that landing page. And I want to set that as my home page so that when people first come to my site, that's the first thing that they interact with. All right. On my menu bar, my homepage is still going to be titled homepage. They don't need to go back to my landing page once they enter my site, but I do want them to be able to have something. You can also change your site design. You can add apps, and it's easier to search the app because they literally have thousands of apps you can add. Any thing about your business that you want to update, you can click right here to update it, or you can go in your back end. They do have a back end, and it will allow you to do that as well. If you have media that you want to upload so that as you're going through the site, you already have it ready to go, you have it. But they have hundreds of thousands of pictures. It's going to open up for us in like 10 minutes. I think it's going slow because we're in the Zoom. Somebody told me that before. Sometimes a lot of sites don't open. See, look at this. Choose from thousands of stunning images, right? That's just the images. What if I was to change this to videos? Look at all the videos they have available as well. I like motion. I like to see things moving. And I know that sometimes that excites my customers and clients just to kind of see water moving. Something very simple. And it's in the background. It doesn't have to be kind of in their face. They love it. You like it. I love it. All right. And last but not least, your content manager, like I said, you can create and add a lot of different photos, especially like the logos and things that we use for all of our different suppliers. And now in your back, you do, if you go to images, you do have images that you can add and you can put them in folders. That is different from that content manager. That content manager is very explosive. It's new and innovative. So it's definitely something different that I like. All right. So let's see a Wix site in action and see how my startup page, I'm going to have something about my business. I'm going to have some way for them to contact me. And then I'll just have a button either up here, down here, or both that says enter site. And when they click on it, it will come to the home page. And I want to show you guys what that looks like by showing you my own site. Let's see. Oops. And then I came out of it. I was like, no, I hate this. All right. So when you first come to my site, this is actually what you see. I have just kind of, I wanted something moving and perpetual. I wanted you to know who my affiliations are, where you can find me, or where you probably have found me and what led you to my site. And then before you even enter it, I'm going to be talking about destination weddings, honeymoons, family trips and services, insurance, just kind of letting you know these are the things that you can find on my site before you even get in. And a way to capture information, right? So then when you click on enter site, it brings you to this page, which is technically my home page. All right, I talk about those concert tickets. I have some moving water on all my pages because I think it captivates audiences. So I have offers going on. I embedded my Viator information here so that they can either just click on it and get their own offer. But what's the most important thing? It's getting them to my Viator page. So even if they don't purchase this offer, they may, of course. Oh, that tour is done. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, yeah, of course that didn't work. Oh, all of my tours. Well, this was my stuff from Valentine's Day. So I have not updated a lot of this stuff. So I have to go back and add new things from Viator. I know that there's some people who are going to kill me, but yes, that's what it is. I'm still a smart cookie. I still have a button here for Evolution. So if I have that customer who still wants to get their flights, their hotels and cars, it is going to lead them back there as well to be able to do some of their own self-service. If I have a customer who has already booked their trip and they decided, you know what, I want to get travel insurance, I have my link to a travel insurance that I use. I don't use Tinling. I use this company and I get paid more. And I get paid fast. I get paid within 30 days, not when that customer takes that trip. I get paid before that. So definitely love that. And I still have them as a page here, breaking down the travel insurance because this is my site. So I can put on here what I want. Destinations is just information about the destinations. Virgin Voyages, like we said, will open up the link to Virgin Voyages where they can do what? Book their own cruise, right? And vacations will take them to my page on vacations where I break down some of the other types of services that I offer and a few of the offers from Vacation Express. My weddings page is weddings. We're going to talk about weddings. We're going to talk about sandals. And remember, I told you those tabs, I love them. Look at this. Why sandals? I'm going to talk about the free weddings, the honeymoons, the anniversaries. But then I also added stuff for other vendors that also specialize in destination weddings and kind of give them an overview of those companies as well. Without having to create separate pages, without having to have all of this information, I was able to utilize the tabs and still give this amazing information to my clients. And I can build as many of these forms if I need to. This one is just specifically for people who are interested in getting a destination wedding or honeymoon. And then, of course, my sandals link will take them to my sandals page where I am branded. Same thing for beaches. About us is obviously just about me. Contact is obviously just about contacting me, right? Another form, kind of different thing. Some of those questions that we need answered in order for us to book travel. Disney Adventures will take them to Disney. Tours will take them to Viators. Okay, so maybe Viator is just not working. Maybe that's what it is. Golden Tickets and more. Become an agent. I was smart enough for those of you who are team building to have information on my website if people are interested to become an agent and learn about the business ownership opportunity, right? Giving them all the upfront information. Hey, earn commissions, join. This is what you're going to get. Breaking it down, but embedding that Calendly right onto my site so they can book for their informational meetings. So that's why I was telling somebody, yeah, I do have that as well. I love the embed for that. So I did all of this with the Wix site. I do have another agent. Let's see. I built his site. And of course, I didn't want it to look like my site. So again, here is another Wix site. We love moving parts. I love things that pop up. And this is an example of a scrolling site, but he also wanted pages. So he still has Grab and Go, Golden Tickets, and Viator. So Grab and Go is describing Golden Tickets and Viator. He has it embed. Let's see if his works. Nope. So it is Viator. Okay, thank God. And then he has, let's see what else he has here. Family vacations. And we kind of just described the different types of family vacations that people can have. We also went into weddings. I like his wedding page. I love it. It's just so clean. I love it. I love it. And then we have cruises. And in cruises, we just talked about the cruise lines. And if you're interested, you know what we can book and to connect with us to get it booked. Adventures, we use the information from Exotica. Because who has bigger adventures than Exotica? Nobody, I tell you, nobody. And then the about page. And he already has a lot of clients. So he actually got some testimonials that we was able to put on the site from a lot of his past clients. There we go. I was like, why is that doing that? And his itinerary builder. So let's go back to the homepage. The itinerary builder is here, but as you can see, it's also here as well, giving that first interaction with that customer. And his itinerary builder is just asking for the same information. So this was a simple site to build, utilizing Wix, use a little bit of Canva because I made his logo, and allowing it to kind of blend everything that you want. He wants to be known for destination weddings and everything Florida. Oh, and also sports travel. He is huge on sports travel. He books a lot of sports travel. I utilize this by mixing photos and videos, so that every time something new pops up, you're having a different experience with it. And he wanted everybody to know, hey, book in 3 easy steps, right? Fill out the itinerary builder, receive a quote, ready, set, book. That's for Precious right there, ready, set, book. So what questions do you have about Wix and how it can work for you? No questions. You guys are good. Hopefully you guys were taking good notes. Because someone asked me in a private message, how much do I charge? And would I be doing a site for free for anyone? I did. I made someone a free logo the last class that we did. So no, I'm not building a free site. I will not be building a free site. But yeah, you mean, you know, you can always contact me. And I do partner with another person in this room right now, actually Precious, on social media marketing and for building websites. But I encourage you to definitely try to build your site and contact us if you cannot. I will put my YouTube in here. All right, and that is where you can find all of my videos, including this one. It usually takes about an hour to load after we finish the class. So, I mean, I hope that this was inspiring enough to show you guys that it is free. What's the next steps above the free? Yeah, let's look at Wix right now. So Wix, where can I go to see that? I'm in the middle of building a site, so maybe I'll click on that site and then go to premium. Because mine is already premium, so it won't show me. Here it is, upgrade. Okay. So Wix sites. Let's look at, because I know they have monthly. So it's showing 22, 13, 11, and 16. So most people will go with the unlimited. What's important to make sure that you have, if you do not have your domain name, they will give you a domain name. Boom. Awesome, right? They will give you some video hours because they partner with Venmo, and then you can use Venmo for up to those amount of hours of videos. The storage space, how much stuff are you going to have on your site? So you want to think about these things. Lead capture forms. The basics is going to give you 4. The unlimited is going to give you 10. We don't need 10. 4 should be fine. All right. But with that, you only get 10 fields. So you want to think about what you need to ask your question and while you're doing that as well. You get that free site booster at this level. You get the events calendar app at this level, customer care at every level, right? Let me see. Was it enterprise plans are pretty expensive. So if we go with, oh, and it's because this is normally $22 a month, but they are having a 50% off sale, and that would be for however long you choose to do it. So if you pay for the year, then you're paying $11 a month times 12. If you decide to do monthly, see how it changed back to that $29 every month. However, you can do the combo, go to monthly, it's $23. You still get the free domain. No, monthly doesn't get the free domain. I'm sorry. Only yearly plans get the free domain. So that's something to also think about. So what you're going to be looking at your investment, if you're doing this one, you're going to be looking at $203.52, right? 14-day money back guarantee. This plan ends in 4 hours, but they always have deals. So don't be afraid. Like, don't think you have to jump off the line with me and sign up. All right. And just contact me because I can always contact them to see if we can get other deals since I'm a Wix Pro. But usually what I try to do is I try to go for a bigger plan if I know I'm going to do an investment. So I usually try to do the VIP or pros for my customers so that we don't have anything to worry about. We can build their site up as large, 50 gigs. For one of the sites I'm doing right now, I think we're going to need 100 gigs. So yeah, a lot of people think it would be a lot more because you get so much, right? So that is if you go into the business e-commerce plans, they're going to tend to be a little bit more. But even with the business unlimited, look at that. Right now, $16 a month, normally $32. All right. And for that, you get to sell on social channels. What? You get to create a marketplace. You get, all of this you get anyway, right? You're going to get different customized reports. The video hours, look at this, 10 hours now, unlimited for this one. The storage space starts at 100 gigs, unlimited for this one. So when you're thinking about what am I going to be doing on my site? Am I going to just have a basic site for people to be able to come and get that information? Then you don't need this plan. Just come back to the basic Wix plans and choose. This is normally the lowest, but like they said, right now it's a deal. So they have this as the lowest right now. And you can always change it as your site grows, as your needs grow. You don't always have to go big or go hard here when you're thinking about this. And remember, anything that you add into your business is a tax write-off. All right. So if you pay for that year, then next year you're going to be writing that off on your taxes as part of your services. And every time you renew, that is still added in there. If you pay for somebody to manage it for you, anything that you pay for your business, tax write-off. So just remember that as well. It's coming out of your pocket now, but it's going to save you in the long run, right? So this is some of the things that I do love about their site is you do get more. You get a lot more, and their prices are almost the same as GoDaddy. So for what you get at GoDaddy compared to what you get here, I would take here every time. And like I said, if you're not going to use GoDaddy, if you're not going to use Wix, there are a couple of other sites that I can recommend. But again, they're going to be those cookie cutter sites that moving around the information is not going to be as easy. You want something that is free. GoDaddy has a lot of that free fall stuff as well, but sometimes some of their things is still kind of limited in what they can do. And I found that when you build a site with GoDaddy, once it's built, it's harder to go back in and edit it, but it is possible. So that is why I use them as well as a vendor, because I do actually like them as a vendor. Did we have any other questions for Wix? But Marilyn, yeah, I thought it was going to be more too when I first started. It is a little bit more than what they used to. So how comfortable do you guys think that you are in starting to build your own site, or at least giving it a try, giving it that old college try? How many hands I got in here? Let's see some I'm readies. No one's ready? Oh no. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Lisa. Absolutely. She says, I am trying. Yes, Melissa is all the way ready. Roland, you can do it. And like I said, if you get stumped or have questions, definitely reach out to me. Epiphany, I love that name. You will do your best. Capri, you are ready. Marilyn was like, All right, guys. So I want you to feel confident in what you're doing. They have help. They also have, every site has where you can reach out to customer support. All right. But if you don't try, you won't know. And like I said, I believe it is important as travel agents that we are branding ourselves. Patricia, you're definitely welcome. I hope this was helpful. And so you will have that way to still use your Archer site. We're not knocking the Archer's Evolution site, right? But we want to be able to also have an amazing way where we can brand ourselves. You will feel confident putting your own web address on your business cards. You will feel confident being able to share it on social media. You know why? Because you know the information you have on there is exactly what you want the customer to connect with you for. I am glad you learned a lot, guys. Oh, this has been amazing. I love it. You like it. I love it. So I am going to play my outro, but I'll still be here for a few more minutes. Let me just get this up so I can officially say we closed it out. Hold on, guys.
Hold up. Beat it up like